Oh yeah. Hello. Great. Brilliant. Unmute yourself. Hello there, and welcome to another.
There we go. They can hear me now. Sorted.
Oh, good.
Hello, everybody. Have a break. Have a picnic. So, Steve-O wanted to do a stream talking about the season so far. Hello, everybody in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good evening, Matty. Good evening, Podner. Alex, good evening. Scotty D, Bilal, Colm, Haggis, Patrick. Evening, fellas. Must say Steve-O, that retweet of the impression had me in stitches. I haven't seen this tweet. Should I put it up on the screen?
Yes.
Oh.
Put it up on the screen and laugh at my. Well, I say laugh at my expense. I found it hilarious because it's absolutely true.
How are you doing, Steve? Are you having a good day today?
I've had the most boringest day of my life. I've just been sat indoors eating copious amounts of chocolate and
coincidentally, this is my first piece of chocolate today.
Lint chocolate.
Oh, bloody hell, you posh git.
Yeah, I can't get enough of it, especially when it's on offer. It's like £2 off, so I choose to waste my money on that nonsense. And yeah, I've just been eating food.
You say that I've been tagged in something, but I don't see anything. Hang on, do I have to go on the Elite FPL account? I wasn't tagged on my account.
The FPL, Steve-O, anything really. You were tagged in it.
No, literally lol. Steve-O impression of you from Elite FPL member. Right, okay. Hang on then. Let's get this up. In your own time.
That's pretty much the impression there.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, wow. Here we go. Oh. Now, do I actually... Right, here we go. Do I have to play the sound? I suppose I do, don't I?
That would help, yeah.
2,000 swipes on Bumble. 2 matches. Sandra, 49, from Dorking. Loves TikTok. Coffee lover. Changes the age range. 18 to 50. 18? Steve, tell me more, Stevie boy.
What is that? That is different. You've got your own impressionist. Wow. Congratulations, Steve-O.
I think I've got 2.
You've made it. You've made it on the internet. How much are you making from all of your internet fame?
Well, 10p if you follow me.
Hey! I've saved up the earnings that we've got for the last 2 months, and I got this picnic bar. All I got was damn picnic bar.
Stream for 3 hours, got 1 subscriber.
Oh yeah, so how many hours streaming per subscriber are you getting at the moment? We're writing the whole new rule book right on that.
We've lost 3 already. Sorry, 2.
It's because they don't want to know about your personal life, Steve-O. How much you divulge way too much information. They don't like it.
It's the members that
they want to hear who is the best differential this week and who has got the best XG, because they are elite hardcore members.
Who's actually here anyway, Jase?
No one.
Who's watching this show? What idiots are watching this?
I haven't hit the live button yet, so I don't know.
Oh, that would be. I know you have hit the live button.
Jason has overtaken me. I'm on 716 points. He's on 719. I did tell him he could do it, says Chucky in the chat. Mate, it's game week 12, game week 13. It's so early. Literally, everything that happens now is a little bit of a bonus. but the whole season is going to come down to your tactical decision making and a little bit of luck sprinkled in, and whether or not you choose to play certain chips at certain times.
Yeah, I was in all seriousness, I sent a message to, was it Dan or Mr. Reed? I think it was Mr. Reed, and when I'm absolutely bored out of my mind, I go back and watch really old. I don't watch the whole stream. I watch like 5 minutes, as I sent you a couple of videos of you getting really. Do you even remember that? Jesus missing a penalty.
I don't.
So it was a live stream with me, you, Llama, James Bang, Paulie, and do you remember Charlie, Bristol Rovers fan? Charlie.
Yeah. One Rovers Vlogs.
That's it. And they were covering and G Wiz was there, and they were covering the match. We were covering the match.
G Wiz, that's the someone I've not heard from ages.
Yeah, exactly. We were covering this. Well, you were covering the Saturday fixtures on I think it was the 9th of September 2020. It's just crazy. And you had done a wild card.
Yeah.
And you brought in Jesus, and obviously he was given a penalty, and he had it saved by Dean Henderson, and it was just brilliant. And it just kind of like makes me think about this community we've built. I mean, do you ever think like this, Jase? Like, do you ever think about like what we've actually got? Because obviously, like, members don't really hear much from you and your thoughts about this community we've built and everything. What do you ever?
Okay. So I feel if I just kind of start from how the community began with just a few people in the chat to growing into a Discord community, which is kind of its own. It lives and breathes on its own. It doesn't have any involvement from us. To people that have gained friendships out of being a part of the Elite FPL community, and certainly I feel humbled that I've been a part of that. I've also enjoyed seeing members, like the evolution of certain characters within our community, and also like yourself, Steve-O. I've actually been very impressed with, how you've kind of taken the whole podcasting in your stride, and the vitriol, I don't know if that's a word, or the actual like the energy that you've got to kind of just keep pumping out this content. I mean, you mentioned on one of your members' videos that you are quote unquote addicted to video making, and I know there are members out there that love that. They just want to know every single bit of information about what you want to talk about. But circling back to why is this relevant to the question? It's because I'm proud of the fact that that's come about the origins from Elite FPL, like that, your ability to have this network of people that are watching your content, not just on obviously this Total Steve-O, but now obviously moving as well. You're kind of blurring the lines. You're becoming a bit more personal with what you're talking about in terms of the members' videos as well. I think it's really niche, and certainly in the FPL community, very niche. And like, I don't know if I could be so open and honest about my personal life and my struggles and my battles as you are able to. I find that quite inspiring, that you're happy to just kind of let it loose and say, look, today this happened. And like, there's no like reservations. There's no, certainly no censoring what you want to say. You just kind of let it out, and people that like it. People that don't tend to unsubscribe. But they come back. They always come back in the end. I don't know, but no, I think the looking back on the years that we've been doing this, done a lot of good things, and hopefully we can continue to grow and do more good things.
I was sent a private message from, I'm not going to reveal who it was. I was sent a private message from somebody, and they put forward something I've put forward to you in a voice message, which is, and I'm just putting this question to you. Have you ever thought about an elite FPL? In fact, I know the answer is yes, but have you ever thought about serious consideration about doing an elite FPL meetup? In a, I don't know, a pub or whatever. Like, have you ever doing a live podcast, a live stream from a location?
The answer is yes. I have in the past thought about that, but I've always kind of then came to a realization that, hang on, that's quite a step from getting people to watch us to then getting people to come and visit a meetup. Now that could be, because we've been going for so many years now, we've got members from all corners of the world that watch, and we know them. And certainly from a UK point of view, there's a lot of like, where would you do it? When would you do it? What would the appetite be for people actually wanting to come along? I'm assuming it would probably have to be in London because of reasons, you know. There's a majority of people around there.
I've always thought taking it to Torbay.
Torbay?
Yeah, for real. Where it all started. Renting out
the English Riviera Centre. rent out the big freaking conference room.
Hallway.
And there's only 8 people come. That'd be really awkward, wouldn't it? We're giving out free mince pies and I know we're close to Christmas now. Mulled wine. I don't know.
Well, we can get Delia along and she can bake some cakes. I mean,
Steve-O house party.
That alone can bring people along. But no, it is something I do think about a lot, and I'm going to like that, you know, podcast recording with Planet FPL, and then watching the live stream from FPL Juice from coincidentally the same pub from the end of last season. It's just something that just genuinely fascinates me. And I do think that we have got something special. I know we've got something special here.
Yeah, I mean, looking through the names in the chat, I mean, even some of the newer names I've got used to seeing coming back. The likes of, like, you know, I mean, Haxlet, you know, who's a member. That's more of a recent member. And you know, some of the older members that don't say a lot in the chat, but the odd message in the chat, you know who you are. I mean, we've still got the likes of Bilal coming back. You know, gold membership. Like he's been with us for absolutely forever. Cinnamon, the same. You know, Edgeworth, massive member of the Discord community. You know, just absolutely, just like people like that are what keeps the Discord kind of running. Like the interest in the Discord is made by members like that. You know, we've got such a great like hangouts group of, you know, you got Buffy, Firetog, you got, you know, Blonde, all of the usual crew that kind of keep that conversation going in the Discord, so that when
every day it's Podner and Dread every
Podner,
day, it is literally
absolutely,
them two
you know, they pretty much run the Discord, all of the, you know, the regulars, and I'm not needed to do anything, like, and I love the fact that I'm not needed to do anything. And we do have moderators there, but very, 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 very rarely now do we have any issues. And the issues that we do have are just immaturity issues, and I think that's just down to just age. You know, it's a great privilege. Like, you asked me, what do I feel about the channel? What do I feel about the content we make and the direction we're going in? I mean, I just like the fact that people want to come back and watch and just want to come and chat, because we read all the messages. And then certainly Steve-O reads the comments on the videos. And Chucky said that he will attend a meetup 100%. So Torquay Rugby Club.
That's one person.
Torquay, we've got one person. Torquay Rugby Club. Oh my God, I haven't been there for a long time. What about the Grand Hotel, Steve-O?
We need to go places which are cheap, Jase.
The Palace Hotel.
Even if it does it for free.
What about the beach? just sit on the beach in January. You know, just get a couple of the windbreakers up.
Hire some deck chairs.
Hello from Elite FPL. Oh fuck, the tide's coming in. Oh, I swore. That's. Oh, well, it's all right. We're not monetizing it anyway. We mention it in Hangouts regularly. What, the meetup? Might have to book my flight for this year for a meetup. Says Denver, flying out. No, you don't spend money to
People
come
do
and
it.
see
They
it.
generally do fly. I know that somebody. It was either the Planet FPL one, or it was the I think it was the Fantasy Football Fest. Someone flew all the way from America. Genuinely, just to come.
I've always been like, do you know when you've said to me in the past, like you've had people stop you in the street and like wave to you and go, "All right, Steve-O, what's your pocket? Your Elite FPL stuff. It's brilliant, man, brilliant. Keep it up, mate. Keep it up." And you're like, who the fuck's that? You know, and it's just like, mate, I would be the most awkwardest person if I ever met someone because I'd just be like, like. Yeah, weather's nice, isn't it?
I don't think you would be like that. I think that if anybody was to come up to you and just say, "Oh my God, it's you're Jason on your Elite FPL," yeah.
I would be more. Do you know what? I would be more stoked about doing a meetup, having a football match at the meetup.
Well, FPL Juice do that. I'm actually going to be going to
because I want to play. I want to show everybody how good I am in goal.
Well, hold on a minute. Well, in all seriousness, FPL Juice, they want managers to... I know this is very short notice. And
oh, yeah. What fucking just down the road, about 280 miles.
No, I know. But they're wanting teams of managers to do their five-a-side tournament, which is happening on December the 10th. Now, I couldn't play football for shit anyway. But you in goal, along with John Harris...
You can be my centre-back, Steve-O. You can be the I don't know, the enforcer.
Yeah, the enforcer, yeah. And
just don't play him on side, whatever you do.
They're having a December the 10th five-a-side tournament, for real. And I'll be going down there just for Delia's bait.
Five-a-side?
Yeah, they're based right next door to a five-a-side pitch.
Right, so the two things about five-a-side. I've played five-a-side a few times. Every time I've joined a five-a-side team, especially in goal, sometimes I played outfield, but especially in goal, I find it not easy because I'm a big guy and the goals are quite compact in a five-a-side. And to dive, it hurts.
Yeah.
It suits a smaller goalkeeper five-a-side. I personally believe that because every time I play five-a-side, I've just never had a good time. Whereas if I play full-size goals, I can jump and dive around on grass all happy days.
Was it you that sent me the video, or Dan, of when you used to film five-a-side? It was you, Si.
Oh my God!
Dan,
let me see if I can find. Hang on, let me see if I can find a video of me playing five-a-side.
You got Mel to record it, didn't you?
Let me see if I can find the video.
And yeah, just
you've literally just awakened the memory that I literally cannot believe you just said that.
I'm sure it was Dan that sent me the video. I can't remember. It was either you.
I hope I haven't deleted it. That would suck if I deleted it.
I can't remember how he had access to it. I'm trying to think. I'm sure it was him that sent me the video. Because he was explaining how creative you were with doing five-a-side stuff. And
am I?
Wanting to progress the what you were doing further by documenting the team that you were playing with. And yeah, you were in goal as you stated, and I mean, how long ago would this have been? 10 years ago?
This would have been
8 years ago?
no, more than this would have been about 15, 16 years ago.
No.
It would have. Yeah, I've been with Mel like 9 years, 10 years.
Well, she was filming it, so.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, that would have been about. Yeah, it would have been about 9, 10 years ago. Yeah. Okay then. Just realised we've got Hacks that's donated £2 to the YouTube fund. Bought shares in YouTube.
Access to.
No, yeah. We need to hire someone that can break into the vault.
Oh, Dan's here. Doesn't want to come on live, but will happily be in the chat.
Happily be in the chat because he's watching the football. Apparently, there's football on tonight. I have absolutely no idea who.
Yeah, some tripe about England. Quickly from Haxlet here. He's going to do Neto in for Turner. Yeah, is that because Mark Southerns mentioned it by any chance? I'm thinking Matoma to Mbuemo. What are your opinions? Yep, do it.
Somebody's saying that Jase is back, and apparently it's going to affect Trossard's chance of starting. Steve-O.
I think that was me that said that. Yeah.
No, someone in the chat.
He won't be back till December, so Trossard's a perfectly fine pick, unless by some miracle he plays for Brazil, and he plays the full 90 minutes in each match, and then he comes back to Arsenal and it's just like, yep, I'm fit and ready, and then Arteta's like, right then, but Trossard ain't going to lose his place yet, no chance, not a chance.
Okay then. Well, I'm still trying to find my.
It's going to take you forever, won't it? I mean, Matty's saying here, I'm bringing in Eze for Matoma. I don't think Eze's the greatest of picks. I think still try and work out how Crystal Palace are performing. I know they've got a decent fixture with Luton, I believe, up next. I think that's the next fixtures that they've got. Let me just quickly look here. Fixtures, FDR. There we are, done. Crystal Palace. Luton away, decent fixture. West Ham away. Bournemouth at home. Yeah, the next 3 fixtures, I think certainly as a punt, no problem with Eze at all. He did look very lively in the previous match. So certainly Eze could be a player to bring in. I can't do any transfers personally. I don't need to do any. But for me, Mbuemo is on the list for game week 14 when they play Luton. I'm definitely bringing in Mbuemo for Martinelli, probably, or it's going to be Mbuemo in for Luiz and Ketia out for Semenyo, and funny enough, potentially. For a -8, Eze in for Crystal Palace, or Palmer. In fact, it was Palmer, wasn't it? From Chelsea. That's a small possibility I could be doing. But that's game week 14. Game week 13 is... I've already done my transfers with... What's his face?
Mate, I'm confused as hell as to where my login is. I'm gonna find out what my login is. So just carry on chatting to the what are the guys saying in the chat?
Animation saying Mbuemo in for Matoma and Baldock in for the Cells for a -4 could be on the cards. I wouldn't bother doing that yet. Well, I say that. Is Matoma definitely out injured? The next fixture being...
I found it. Yes. Found the login.
Forest away. You found it. You found the video.
No, I know. I found the login.
Wow.
Oh, I've lost a subscriber. I don't ever upload. I don't. Oh, I found it. Anfield Ultras 2014.
Was that your team name?
Oh my goodness me, this is cheesy as fuck. You want to see us?
I mean, I won't be able to see anything unless you screen share, of course.
I won't be able to, can I screen share? Let's have a look. I don't know if you can see this.
God, we need...
Can you see that?
Yes, I can.
Right, hang on.
We don't need to watch the whole bloody video, and we're here to talk about the
There's
mini
1 minute. It's only 1 minute.
Oh.
A 1 minute 47 or whatever. It's just a highlight video, I think. Oh my god, this is cringe. Oh, what a save that was onto the crossbar. I don't know why I've got.
There's Danny Boy.
Look at that for a save. Look at this.
That's side there. The bench.
Look at that. That was a reaction. Look at that reaction save. Look at that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but that there is prime David Seaman. Look at this. Look at that. And that's it. That's the highlight. Do you know this used to be when dubstep was actually popular? Because I can't stand this music. That's so bad, that is.
You've done it. You still can.
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And that was old. That's an old video. God,
what year is that roughly?
No, that's 2014.
That's 2014.
Right. First and foremost, I apologise for the music. The music was shocking. So I do, but I've got a full video of a game, but I don't want to share that. But yeah. Wow. There we go. Thank you for bringing it up, Dan. Oh no, you brought it up, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I forgot all about that. I genuinely forgot all about that. Shemichael, eat your heart out. Whoever made that, what wrong-footed us. No way I've clicked in here. Find a dubstep montage. Yeah. Like a sack of potatoes falling. Yeah. Yeah. Number 22. This is Scrum Half in Rugby. Yeah, yeah. Amazing. The mute button doesn't work on that video. Yeah, I should have turned it down. Really, it was a very loud it was an obnoxiously loud dubstep song that I should never have used for that video. I keep forgetting that Jason beat me by 1 point last week. I don't even have Haaland. I forget how carried you lot are. Oh, God.
Carried?
Apparently, he's basically saying that he's doing all right without Haaland and that...
Who's that?
JR.
Oh, JR.
Yes, JR. Speak into the microphone, Steve. I don't want people commenting on the video game.
Ray. Bit of sexual relations.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I watch every week, and can you please turn up Steve-O's volume? Or I'll unsubscribe. Finger over my hover, but I'm hovering my finger over the unsubscribe button right now.
If I always say this,
hello,
if you
Boona.
want to laugh, go on really popular. Let's just say FPL accounts.
You missed me in goal. You just missed a really good video of me in goal, Boona, by the way.
Oh,
really.
I was watching an old FPL, well, not the full thing again, but I was just skimming through FPL juice things, and Boona was on a guest appearance on one of them. He was with Ash, and Nick was in the studio when he was doing it. But I've completely forgotten what
I was going to say, is this relevant?
No, because you just mentioned Boona just here.
Oh, right, okay.
What was I about to? There was something I was about to say to you, and I've completely forgotten it. But yeah, I was going to say we wanted to quickly go through the mini leagues, like who's top of each one, essentially.
Okay.
Because I know, did you know Danny 91 is top of the Rivals League?
I do now.
It's crazy. I didn't realize
Danny
his name
91
was Daniel Trebeos or something. And then
sounds like the Metallica bassist.
He is the
Rivals League, yeah?
The Rivals League, yeah.
The Rivals League. That reminded me of the bloody Gingerbread Man of bloody Shrek. The Muffin Man! The Muffin Man! The Rivals League! The Rivals League! Scousers United, Daniel Trebirac.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Danny 21 and 91.
Rolling around at 85 points. Nice one, man. Nice one, dude.
4 points clear.
Obviously, because he watches the show, you know, constantly getting the tips and advice, knowing what to do. That served him well. Well done,
did you
man.
see that? Well, no, the answer's no. There's someone, John Harris tagged you in a clip of Danny, of you slating him.
Me?
Yeah, you slating him regarding whatever the bloody hell it was.
Oh, well, that narrows it down. Top of the Lobs League as well, says Podner. Can't you squeeze in a Lloyd Kelly if you want some Bournemouth DF action? What? I'm sure he's took
Bournemouth defensive coverage.
Oh, right, okay. Steve-O, can you do an impression of JR doing an impression of Chris Tarrant?
No, I can't. No. No. Have you noticed that with Chris Tarrant? A very, very dated reference.
Well, the fact that he's got a natural, like, way of stuttering, and I don't tend to pick on people, Steve-O, so I don't really think about it on a day-to-day basis. Yeah,
people are fucked when it comes to me meeting them. I pretty much do an impression of anybody that I meet. It's pretty sad.
Bowen is out for 9 months.
Sorry?
Says that's Michael Svedin in the chat, confirmed on Twitter. But dude, if you are bollocksing it, you know, and you're bullshitting me, man.
It is nonsense, unless, of course, even though he's a regular. Well, I say regular. He's been here since.
Is he pregnant?
Day dot. Let's have a quick check on Twitter. The name Bowen, or Ben Dinnery, more specifically. You'll know straight away.
Well, the good news is for me is that I have got Mr. Palmer, Cole Palmer on the bench. So if Bowen doesn't play, I've got a great option coming off the bench. What's the latest of Haaland, by the way? Is it international break injury? Yeah,
it's an international injury.
It's a no. Okay, cool.
It's nothing.
Cool beans. Cool beans. Anyone use that phrase? Cool beans. Trying to bring it back into fashion. Use it. Let's not lose the identity of the British language. You reckon? Ireland out for 9 months. Podner says Ireland will be coming back into my team. Where do you get Boeing out for? Oh god. What are we talking about again? Oh yeah, we were talking about the Rivals League, weren't we? Well done. Well done to Daniel for going top. We've got Ramanathan second. It's also moved up to second. We've got who's this? Who's Santu Sinas?
SS. That's SS.
SS? Who's SS?
He's a member of the Discord, apparently, but again,
I don't know who that
half
is.
These people are going to be removed next year, I can assure you.
Well, I'm telling you now, I don't know who this is, so Come on air. Talk to us about your team. I haven't got a clue who this is. But yeah, doing all right. And then we got Vijay Garv's moved down to 4th. We got Peter Scullion dropped down to 5th. Still very tight though. Still very, very tight in that league. Still early days. Game week 13. Early days. And then obviously we got the chat league. Now I'm certainly hoping that everyone in this league is in the chat, or we know that they're in the chat. Ramanathan top of that. Vijay Garv, Peter Scullion, Nick Treadwell.
Now.
Yeah, Peter Scullion. Hello Vijay, you right, mate? We got Harry Dawson 5th. We got Alex Volo 6th. Gary Horwood 7th. All regular names, all friends of the show. And we got Torbay Elite, Steve-O. Guess who's top of that? Notable mention. Bulla Scalona.
Begin with D.
Bulla Scalona FC. He's flying high. He's probably having trouble breathing at this high altitude. I haven't seen Dan Bull top of the Torbay Elite
Ever.
I know, so this is interesting. This is interesting. Is he gonna do the unthinkable, or is he gonna bottle it like Cy Bellamy, the best, who's actually up into 4th place? God, I look at this league and I think, God, I am having a bad season. I see Simon Bellamy's above me, Dan's above me, Gary Monday's above me. No, I'm joking, Gary. If you watch it, you don't watch it. I know you don't watch it. We've got Mod League.
All right. Well, when Dan says to his mate who's 5th, Alex Loader, oh yeah, you should check out. You should check out. You should check out Elite FPL. And he goes, nah, I'll probably give it a miss. Brilliant. We'll talk about you.
Pretty.
Don't bother watching it.
We don't watch.
We'll put on a Raptor. We'll put on Raptor or Focal or Andy or Harry. But when it comes to someone, an actual stream that we'll talk about,
something that requires engaging the brain cells is quite a problem for some people. But we move on to the members league. The members league, we got Tyler Masawi, T for the Tealmans, is doing he's stayed up top ages. He's got a bit of a lead, Steve-O, over Andrew Piskett in 2nd, but not too much of a lead. It's a bit of a lead, but not too much of a lead. And then it's got like a pack of people behind. We've got Andrew, then we got Peter, we got Zvonka, we got Peter Pange, and we got Stevie G, which is Steve-O, and we got Matty T and Harry Dawson all flying up behind. So it's all to play for. Gary Horwood's all the way down in 9th in this league.
The truth of the matter is, like you just said earlier,
Blonde's 13.
Game week 12.
It's game week 12. Too early to get excited about your rank at the moment means absolutely nothing. It's probably about 40 points between a millionth and 300,000.
It's not even that. If you were to look at, say, just take our moderator league as an example, just a basic game. Okay,
moderator league, yeah.
What's the difference between you and Harbour Boy? Okay, it's 50 points, 49 points between you and Harbour.
Yeah.
Or 59 points, sorry.
Is it 59?
20, 30, 40, 50, 49 points.
Yeah, I was going to say, God, my maths
or 41. Jesus.
It's not 41 points, Steve-O.
719, 768. What's that? 68 minus 19. My maths is shit. I'll use a calculator. 68.
49 points. You said it already.
Yeah, 49 points.
Hello, Brew.
If you were to take that gauge by game week 12,
Firetog's documents are working wonders, says Edgeworth in the chat. Oh, he's firing arrows. He's firing arrows at Firetog. Firetog, are you going to put up with that? Are you here, Firetog? Do I read Firetog's?
In fact, yeah. If anybody
I don't think I've read Firetog's name out. I don't know if Firetog's even there. I see Dread. I see Podner. I see Math. I see all the usuals. I haven't seen Firetog yet. Maybe Firetog's is just chilling, doing other things this evening. It's a Monday evening. Spreadsheet's on fire, says God. Firetog's been hiding since he's gone 100 points behind me. I mean, come on. Let's not pick on Firetog now, shall we? He's not here to defend himself, or he's not here per se. But yeah, Gary Horwood, Harbour Boy, top 768, 49 points. Where is he in the world? He is 110,000 in the world. Must be all those podcasts you listen to. Not us, because you can't listen to us because we're not on there. You can listen to Total Steve-O. But yeah, well done, Harbour Boy. You absolute legend, you. From down under. Did Firetog stop playing? No, he's just sticking to the plan, I'm sure. Foden, Alvarez, Son to Palmer, Eze and Haaland for a -4. Foden, Alvarez and Son to Palmer, Eze and Haaland for a -4. Foden, Alvarez, Son to Palmer, Eze and Haaland. No. I don't think so. Steve-O, what do you reckon?
Just Foden, such a random pick to replace Alvarez with. No, I wouldn't go.
No, not Foden. He's got Foden, Alvarez, and Son in his team, and he wants to get rid of Foden, Alvarez, and Son to bring in Palmer. He's got a tough fixture. He's got a tough fixture. Eze, I don't rate, and Haaland, who's potentially not match fit.
He is match fit. I think go for it. Although
I think don't do it.
You're bringing in Haaland when he's... I mean, it doesn't really matter, to be honest with you, when it comes to Haaland, does it?
It even
fixtures. He has...
Michael Svedin's going to get banned from the chat for spreading false news about Bowen. I'm only joking, Michael. Don't ban him, mods. He's a troubled soul. He reads and believes everything he reads in the bloody social media. But literally wait until Friday is my advice. Wait until Friday. Wait until the press conferences. Unless there's price rises. I don't think there's price rises that you need to worry about. Don't worry about it.
Random players going up at the
moment.
My players. Going down.
Oh, going down now, are they?
Not your players, but certainly, like, for instance, Norgard last night went down. I mean, who even owns him?
Norgard's owners eat that. So, Steve-O, we've talked about the Members League, we've talked about the Rivals League, we've talked about the Moderator League, we've talked about how people are doing. Refresh everyone's memory for those that have forgotten. What have you done with your team? And is that it? Have you got anything else that you are looking at doing, or are you just going to roll with what you've done? If that makes sense.
So I did, because it was a sign from God, it was Matoma out for Bowen.
Oh, God, can you imagine if he is injured now?
Well,
it would be just your luck. In fact, you would have cursed me.
How would I have cursed you?
Because I've got Bowen.
Yeah, but you've got a good replacement if
I've got Palmer, yeah, if he doesn't play. But yeah. I think if Bowen doesn't start, he doesn't play.
Well, yeah.
I don't think he comes on for a cameo.
No, he doesn't. No. Yeah.
Where's your team? Let's have a look for your team. Hang on. So remind again from the beginning. Then you did. You've got Diaz out. You got Diaz out.
I just said I've got Matoma out for Bowen.
Yeah, but have you got Diaz out yet? You said you were going to need to get rid of him because he's crap.
That won't be till game week 14. Game week 14 is when I'm going to start kind of like attacking the fixtures and just reshuffling my team around, where I'll probably end up doing a -4/8.
See, I really wanted to be proven wrong with that Diaz pick. I really, really wanted to be proven wrong. But when you brought him in, I thought, that's an odd one. It's an odd one. Why Diaz? And a few people a few of your fanboys in the chat are going, oh, Diaz is on penalties. Cheap ups in there. It's really good.
Douglas Luiz.
That's what I mean. Luiz. What did I call him?
Diaz.
I was calling
yeah.
Douglas Luiz. Yeah, that's the one. Not Luis Diaz. That's another player completely. No, Douglas Luiz. Yeah. He's on penalties. He's cheap. But he just doesn't do anything from an FPL point of view.
I think you find he does do things from an FPL
He
point of
doesn't.
view.
He's
I
got.
think you find he does. Let's have a look at it, shall we?
He's got 2 hauls, 3 hauls.
7 points, 2, 10, 2, 8, 2, 15, 7.
That's it. That's his points for the season. That's his points for the season done now.
No, I disagree. He's the
Oh,
integral,
you
one of
would.
the integral parts to.
Oh, he's an
Aston Villa.
integral part now, is he?
On set pieces plus penalties.
He wasn't
as well.
integral against Nottingham Forest. Wasn't integral against Fulham.
Well, again, these are the Nottingham Forest game was always going to be
Integral.
tough. He could have got a penalty in the game where Watkins potentially could have conceded a.
Literally, I'm glad that you're getting rid of him because I think he's from a friend point of view. I think he weakens your team, and I think he'd do a lot better.
I wouldn't go far to say weakens the team, but
I think he could do a lot. I think he could do a lot
my
better.
worst pick is in.
It's like I feel like we're back in school, and I think like we're at parents' evening, and we sat down, and little Steve-O's there with his parents, and going, Steve-O could do a lot better if he puts his mind to it. Just needs to get rid of that player, bring in a better player, and you'll be fine.
Well, hold on a minute. I'd still be
You'll have
ahead
an
of you. I'd still be ahead of you if it wasn't for some stupid, dubious Haaland assist and a dubious
Excuse me?
Simicast assist because I've seen that now.
Whoa, we've got to be in it to win it, Steve-O.
The dubious, what's his
Dubious?
face? Aston Villa player that you got, Diaby.
Dubious?
3 very, very, very lucky FPL assists.
Wait, mate, this game's built on luck, isn't it? This whole game's built on luck. I mean, there's no control over the game once you've locked your team in and the game kicks off. But you bring in the best players at the time in your team, and I don't think Douglas Luiz or Luis Diaz, as he's also known. I don't think he is a quality FPL asset.
Even though I've just proven to you that he gets lots of points.
Chasing those points, Steve-O. Chasing those points,
no, it has
mate.
nothing to do with that.
He's not a consistent point scorer for FPL.
Even though I've just proven that he is a consistent point scorer.
This season, he's had a few hauls, yes. But over the last 3-4 seasons, what has he done?
It's not about the previous seasons. We're talking about now.
He's a flash in the pan, mate.
He's got 5 goals and 1 assist this season.
Yeah, and they've been in clusters. They've been in clusters, and that's it. That's him done now. He's got himself his goal bonuses. He's sorted now. He won't get anything till January. You watch.
Won't get anything till January.
Yeah.
I won't be owning him by that point.
Hold on to him, Steve-O. Go on, as a rival.
He's only 5 points behind Douglas Luiz.
How much is he?
DR.
How much is he?
5.6.
You're going to be playing him week in, week out?
Well, as it stands right now, I have to, but he'll be gone by game week 14.
So you're saying that you've got a 5.5, 5.6 million player, and he is a starter week in, week out for you.
Hold on a minute, you've got Cole Palmer.
He's on the bench.
Yeah, by pure fortune.
Bowen is always going to be in ahead
Cole
of him.
Palmer is a very good player playing in a pivotal role for Chelsea.
Potentially, he is what I would call a punt.
I think you're mad. I think you're speaking absolute.
He's
a
punt.
Speaking absolute.
Cole Palmer has not proven himself yet.
Why did you bring him in then?
He's a punt.
Why did you bring him in?
He's a punt. That's all it is. He's a punt. He's on the bench. He's a punt. I'll play him when he's got an easy game. But I don't expect anything from Chelsea right now until they start playing quality football and we start seeing goals going in. I'm not going to be like confident that Cole Palmer is going to start week in, week out for me. He's on the bench. And he's a bench fodder. That's what he is.
So a player who
Bench fodder.
has in recent times, he's got 4 goals in the last 5 games, along with 2 assists. In fact, in the last 6 games,
he's in form at the moment. He's done all right. Yeah, he's fine. But look, he's got less. He's got less. Well, he's kind of. Yeah, he's in a better form than Douglas Luiz. He's better form. He's better value than Douglas Luiz.
I would argue they're on a.
They're not on par. They're not on par. They're not on par.
I think you find they are.
They're not.
However,
recent form. Don't forget, Cole Palmer didn't play, beginning of the season. So he's literally, he started game week 4, started picking up 20-minute intervals against Bournemouth, 22 minutes against Aston Villa. Then he started playing decent minutes in game week 7 against Fulham. He is in form.
Know the story. I'm not disputing this.
No. I'm disputing that he's equal or matching Douglas Luiz, who's a bit part player for a mid-table team.
I think you're trolling the Aston Villa fans. I'm sure there are Aston Villa fans here which will confirm that Luiz is genuinely a very pivotal role for the reason as to why Aston Villa doing very well this year.
You keep hold of your mate Luiz.
I just said I'm getting rid of him.
Douglas Luiz.
If you listen to what I say, I'm actually getting rid of him.
When are you getting rid of him?
I just said game week 14. He's gone.
You're going to hold on for him for another 3 weeks?
No, I'm holding him on for one game against Tottenham and then he's gone.
Well, that's not one game. It's game week 13, mate.
Yeah, and I'm getting rid of him in game week 14.
Are you?
As I've just said for the 400th time, yes.
Right, anyway, where are we going with this?
Like I said, I'm going to be doing a minus 4 or 8.
Yeah, but Craig, great keeps for keep both players with plenty of money to spread around the rest of the squad. But why do you need the money? What do you need money for? Spread around the rest of your squad. This season is probably the easiest season in history of FPL that you can build a squad. It is easy peasy lemon squeezy. There is only one premium, arguably 2, Salah and Haaland. That is it. Everything else is irrelevant. It's just like you can just fit everything in. You can either go really cheap on your bench if you don't have the budget, or you can go sort of £5 million cheapies on the bench if you have got the budget to fit them in. And it literally is the easiest it's been to build a squad in FPL. I genuinely believe that. I don't think you need to save money. I don't think you need to have cheap punts in your starting lineup. Have him on the bench. Yeah, have a Palmer maybe as a rotation player to put in the every other week when they've got a good team. I'm not at the point now where I'm wearing my blue tinted glasses and I'm like, oh, Cole Palmer, he's in a good form, I'm going to definitely start him every week. No, I don't think Chelsea have fully turned a corner yet. I'm waiting to see. I do think, and at the beginning of the season, you can scroll back to game week 1, you did hear me say I did think Chelsea was going to have a good season this year. I think Chelsea will have a good season this year. However, I'm not kind of I'm not bloody, what's the word? I'm not fucking flying into the bloody light bulb like the rest of everyone else. Like, oh, we've got to get this player and flocking towards it.
But why did you bring him in then?
Because he was going up in price and he was a cheap player and he's on the bench. He helped enable the other move.
And remind us what that move was. What did you do?
I don't know. It was ages ago. What did I do? I can't remember.
Well, click on your page and then you can find out, can't you?
I did, Steve-O. You ready for this? I don't have to give you my tips and advice. It's fine. If you want to go with Douglas Luiz for the rest of your managerial career, then you go with it, mate. So I did Trossard in for Diaby.
Right.
I did Palmer in for Sarr. There we go. So it was a bit of an upgrade there, wasn't it? Yeah, Sarr obviously the cheapie from Tottenham. So I've basically got rid of Sarr and brought in Palmer, and I've gone Baldock in for cash.
That's Baldock in for cash. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking back at it. Would I have done those moves again, knowing?
I don't understand why you're questioning that move. It's good. In fact, I think it's a very good move, what you've done.
Just, I hope Trossard isn't managed. I don't hope he's not subbed off for Jesus. That would suck. Got Edgeworth in the chat going, are you worried about having Trossard in your team because of Jesus potentially coming back? No, not necessarily. But a little part of me is. There's 8 good midfield options in the entire game, and Palmer is one of them, says JR. Yeah, that's what he's good enough to be on the bench. Luke Shaw's a waste of time. Don't even get any Man United players in. 4 Liverpool midfielders outscored Palmer this season. He's a talent, though, no doubt. He gets booked too often. Yeah, I can see that. I can see him getting booked quite often. He's a cheeky bit of an attitude on him. So I think I think he may have a hot head every now and again. He'll probably get a yellow card. Yeah, but again, you own him because he's on pens, right? And let's be honest, Chelsea have looked a lot better with him in that team. But like I said, has he done enough to me going, he's in my team week in, week out, starting? No. Is it likely soon that he might start doing enough to make me realise that, yes, I need to have him in my team starting over the likes of Bowen, who else have I got in my team? Or the likes of Trossard, Alvarez. Yeah, there's definitely a potential there that could happen. Absolutely there is. And I'm not denying that. I'm not denying he's a great player. That's not what I'm saying. This is I go on data accumulated over a longer period than just say 3 or 4 game weeks. So, own goal apparently.
You did this move just to enable to bring in Trossard then? Because surely Palmer in was a convenient luxury after doing the Baldock in and we should do a poll.
The Trossard.
Jason speaking absolute nonsense.
No, because if you remember rightly, it was a message. It was like, whoa, dude, I can afford to do this. And I said, I could do Baldock in, which I said we said on the stream, I said that would be a good move. Baldock in for cash, freeing up a bit of money, and to get Trossard in for Diaby. And then I said, oh, look, Palmer is one of the most transferred in players, and I could get him in for Sarr. I think that's a good move, Jason. You should do it. Oh, yeah, that's not a bad idea. I brought him in. Cool. Stick him on the bench. Let him warm the bench up, see how he does against Newcastle. Reconsider again, game week 14. He might have to come on because Bowen may not play. He might be playing anyway. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah. I feel like I'm going around in circles. Palmer's price, Penn's good fixtures coming up. Didn't start first few. Palmer's to be a keeper starting 11 or not. Again, Craig, on paper, I can see where you're coming from, but practically speaking, still very early. Let's not get too carried away. If you can have me a team, yes, but he's not must have at the moment. There's a chance though, in the next coming weeks, people will be flocking onto him. What's his ownership at the moment? What's Palmer's ownership?
8%.
Here we go. This is classic case. If you're saying, Jason, you're talking crap, you don't know what you're on about, Palmer's amazing. Well, why is it then, if Palmer's so good, that only 8% of the game actually have brought him into their team? Yeah, maybe they'll go up to 10% for Friday. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But you'd imagine if he's the next thing since sliced bread, like absolutely setting the Premier League on fire, and Chelsea with this team that are going to challenge for top 4, there'll be more than 8% of the game bringing him in and owning him, right? So let's just not get too carried away because he scored some goals. He's on penalties for Chelsea. Let's not get too carried away. He had a good game against Man City, a good game against Tottenham. But it's still calm your nerves a little bit, guys. Calm it down a little bit. Get him in your team, but he's not a guaranteed starter. That's all I'm saying. Don't get upset about that. I'm not saying he's a guaranteed starter in my team. He's a 5.2 million bench player that I will bring in and when the fixtures are good. That's literally what it is at the moment, Steve-O. Can't get your head around that? That's fine, but that's how I see it. And that's great because everyone's got opinions. They're like arseholes.
Well, I'd be wanting him in for game week 14 onwards. Brighton, Man United, Everton, Sheffield United, Wolves, Crystal Palace. From that Brighton game onwards, that's when I'd be wanting him in. So basically from game week 14.
Yeah, I think people are misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's crap and that I wouldn't get him in my team. I'd have got him in my team. Fixtures are an issue. He's got some tough fixtures coming up. But those fixtures will prove to everyone whether or not what some people in the chat are saying. Some people are talking absolute drivel and nonsense in the chat.
Who are speaking nonsense?
No, I'm not.
Call them out.
They know who they are. They're like, ooh, Colton Palmer fan club in the chat. Like, literally, just wait and see, all right? Just wait and see what happens against Newcastle, Brighton, Man United. If he does well against them teams, then yes, his ownership's going to skyrocket. It'll be up to 15, 20% by that Everton game. That Everton away game, that fixture, Everton away, Sheffield at home, Wolves, Crystal Palace, Luton, Fulham. I mean, that is just too good to ignore. That's essentially why people they're eyeing those fixtures. Don't need to bring him in now, though. He's got a tough game away at Newcastle. Tough game at home at Brighton. I don't see Chelsea blowing these teams away. I see maybe getting a goal. Maybe a goal in those 3 games. Maybe 2 attacking returns in 3 games. But Everton away, that for me is where he will be in my team starting. That's how I'm feeling right now. That's how I'm feeling right now. Though he could end up accumulating more yellow cards. Absolutely, Martin. You could be right. I mean, it could be a completely out of our hands. You might pick up a suspension. So call them out, Jason, says JR. Well, I think it's obvious that people are in the Palmer camp, and that's fine. I'm in the Palmer camp. I brought him in, but I'm not going to get too carried away just yet. I've been burnt loads of times over cheap players that have done well, and it's been a flash in the pan, also known as Douglas Luiz. That Steve-O's fallen for that trap, and he's going to have to get rid of him in the next few weeks because he didn't listen to me. If Palmer was... I
was going to say, are we going to be taking calls tonight quickly? Just
I don't know. We've got people on the Discord already.
Well, we haven't actually asked if
people want to
come on. If anybody wants to...
If Palmer wasn't on penalties, you wouldn't have him in your team now, and he's lucky that he's hauled because he's had 4 penalties in 3 games. Dude, I brought him in because he was 5.1 million. He's cheap as chips. I don't even know why I'm having to fucking say the same thing over and over again. It's almost like you're not fucking listening. I brought him in because he was a means to an end of other transfers that I was doing, and it's quite handy to have a Chelsea attacker on my bench. That if an event of a player not playing or issues with my team comes to fruition, I have him to come off the bench instead of Sarr for Tottenham. Okay, that's exactly what the reasoning behind it. Otherwise, I would be more than happy to wait until that Everton game to bring him in. Absolutely fine to wait until that Everton game because I don't plan on playing him until that Everton game. Okay, I hope that people understand now what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying he's a shit player, not saying he's a world-class player, not saying he's a must-have, saying he is an attractive FPL asset for the price. He's got some nice fixtures coming up from the 10th of December onwards. That is it. Simple as. Fucking hell.
Well, Edgeworth wants to come on if you want to jump in the Discord, Jase.
Oh, is he a fucking Chelsea fan?
And hear what Edgeworth has to say to you about whatever he wants to say. Bring him on.
Edgeworth, you on air? Please don't swear. Oh, hang on. Wait there a second, Edgeworth. Hang on. I'm just going to give you the Chelsea role so you show up as blue in the Discord. Hang on. Wait there. Wait there. All right. Don't say anything because I need to switch you over. Talk now. Hang on. Talk now.
By the way, I can't hear anyone. I'm gonna reset.
Yeah. Oh, you can't hear me. Oh no, I think I know why. There we go. Sorted. Sort it out. Sort it out, mate. Sort it out, Edgeworth. Sort it out. Get your internet connection sorted, mate. Sort yourself out, you Chelsea supporting scum.
There he is.
Sort your laugh out. Today I woke up and chose violence. Hello, Edgeworth. What's going on? Number 1 Chelsea fan.
I can hear you now.
Here he is. Here he is.
I
The Cole
support
Palmer
Wimbledon.
Appreciation Society is here.
Yeah.
Just arrived.
I support Wimbledon, not Chelsea. We should have beaten, but
I'm
anyway.
just gonna give you the role. Is that all right?
Yeah, go for it.
Chelsea roll.
Whoa.
Chelsea roll. Chelsea roll. Gonna get yourself a Chelsea roll. Here he is. Edgeworth. Alfie Edge is a #1 Chelsea fan and Cole Palmer enthusiast.
Can't be saying that. I'm a
You can't-
AFC Wimbledon
Can you hear
season
him now,
ticket
chat?
holder.
Can you hear him now? Can you hear him? I'll try not to speak over you, Edgeworth, but I'm sure in the next 2 minutes, what you're about to say is going to be completely bullshit. So go on.
Alright, so I got Palmer in game week 10, and I've watched all 3 games. I didn't watch the City game, but I watched all 3 games. The first game he played false 9 against Arsenal, and he was amazing. The second game he played in the 10 behind the striker, and he was amazing. And the third game he played right wing, and he was amazing. So
Well, Pep Guardiola didn't think he was amazing.
well, you know, Pep Guardiola,
best manager in the Premier League right now.
Pep Guardiola.
In recent memory.
Well, Pep Guardiola also didn't get 3 points because he scored the penalty in the 97th minute. So they might not win the title because of that, because of Cole Palmer.
Podder makes a great point here. He's not scored in open play.
It doesn't matter. Penalties are
You can't rely on penalties though, can you? You can't rely on penalties. That's all I'm saying.
But here's the question: Why did people get Douglas Luiz in?
I didn't. Ask Steve-O.
Steve-O, why did you get Douglas Luiz in?
Penalties, set pieces, key to what Aston Villa are doing at the moment.
And have you gained rank with that decision, Steve-O?
Well, he didn't get anything in the last 2 fixtures, no.
Exactly. And there's a chance that the next 3 fixtures for Cole Palmer are going to be blanks because they're tough fixtures. I don't expect anything from him in those fixtures. Certainly from open play. You might be banging on about penalties. You might be hanging on to penalties. Yes, you might get a penalty if you're lucky in one of those 3 fixtures. But I think 2 attacking returns is generous over the next 3 fixtures from him.
Can we also remember he's also got 3 assists as well? It's not just penalties here. He's got 3 assists as well. And obviously that goal from open play is going to come at some point. I don't know when that point is, but he's getting assists as well. So, and what Steve-O said about Douglas Luiz, I mean, the Palmer's on penalties as well. Palmer plays higher up, and I'd say Palmer's more central to the Chelsea attack. I mean, I watched the whole 90 for them 3 games, even that Spurs game. And I know obviously they were only 9 men, and Spurs were playing their high line, but Palmer was involved in all of them goals. He scored the first one, he assisted the last one, and the last 2, I know they were pre-assists, but he played the ball over, and they could have.
How many seasons have you been playing FPL?
2017-18. So what's that? 5.
So players do come and go and hit form, and people jump on them, and you've seen that there's been players that have shown great potential, and they've just fallen.
Yeah, but I think
before the line, they've fallen way before the line. But the point I'm making is let's just bring it back. So I'm saying people can hold off until game week, was it 14, 15? Bring him in for that. So my personal point of view is Cole Palmer. Yeah, he's doing all right for Chelsea. He's on penalties. He's got a couple of assists, got some goals. But tough fixtures coming up. Bring him in game week 16 for Everton away. You can easily wait for that game to bring him in.
Yeah.
But are you saying, Mr. Edgeworth, that he's a must-have in your team right now? He's right now.
So if you get him in game week 15, you're gonna miss price rises. You're gonna miss points, and it wouldn't surprise me if Cole Palmer gets points against the hard teams, and then against the easy teams he goes missing. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he returned against Arsenal, he returned against City, and he might be one of them players that return against the
Do you
hard
think
teams.
that this is a classic case? Could this be just a classic case of him just massively overperforming his expectations, though? Because obviously, like you mentioned, it was a very weird game, that Spurs game. They went down to 9 men. And, he's not scored in open play. He's been on penalties. He has got assists, I give you that. But Chelsea haven't exactly been amazing this season. They're not exactly known for their flair and fast attacking, build-up play and exquisite form. And, there's been a few good games for Chelsea now. They look to maybe moving in the right direction after so many trolls have been criticising the amount of money they spent on their players and how crap they've been doing in the season. But what I'm kind of aiming at with what I'm saying here is there just a chance that he's just overperformed in these matches, and that people are just literally latching onto him too early? Too early is the key.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, you talk about Chelsea's bad form. Chelsea's bad form. I'm pretty sure every single game of Chelsea's quote unquote bad form, it was bad form. He didn't start one of them, and it's only, apart from Brentford, it's only been since he's starting where Chelsea have started to pick up goals. I mean, City, Spurs, they scored 7-8 goals. Obviously, the Spurs game is a freak match, but you still have to put the goal in the back of the net. And also, Nkunku is on his way back as well. I mean, that's only going to help the Chelsea's attack. And the game he blanked against Brentford, I mean, he should have even had an assist that game. But Kukureya decides to miss an open goal, basically. So I don't know why you wouldn't get him.
So you don't know why you wouldn't get him ahead of Newcastle away, Brighton at home, Man United away.
So Newcastle don't have a defence. Brighton concede every single match.
Mate, that's at St James's Park. Have you seen St James's Park this season?
Yeah.
That Chelsea are not going to have an easy time there.
They won't have an easy time. But we Cole Palmer, he doesn't need a 5-0 win to get points. He is involved in almost every single Chelsea attack. Every single and as I said, he's 5.2 mil. If he gets when did you transfer him in?
Game week 10. You transferred him in game week 10.
Yeah, I'll double check that right now.
So you had him in for the Tottenham haul, 12 points.
I had him.
So you got 2 points. You got 2 points.
Game week 9.
So you got 2 points from the game against Brentford. You got 12 points for the very strange game. I think even you can admit that was a weird game against Tottenham, and the very Chelsea fans celebrated that Man City game like they'd won the league. Let's be honest. That's kind of cringy, but but he got a goal in that. But a game, there's 8 goals in that game. 4 goals to Chelsea, and he got 1.
Yeah, my bad. I also had him in for the Arsenal game where he got a assist as well. So I had him since game week 9.
No, he got a goal in that game.
Did he get a goal?
Yeah.
Well, even better than assist then.
Okay.
I had him since game week 9.
So you don't think that you're slightly blinkered because you've got him in, you've shown your interest for him to do well because he's in your FPL team. You're not saying what you're saying because you've got a vested interest in him. You're saying it because you've seen it with your own 2 eyes that he's the real deal. In your opinion.
I watched all Arsenal, Brentford and Spurs, and talk about the eye test. The eye test came in at 200% get him in.
Right. Okay, Steve-O, you've heard what our friends had to say here. You're sitting back, you're relaxed, you got your microphone in your hand. What do you have to say about this whole Palmer? What are you doing, Steve-O? You've not got him in your team.
I just want to hear you admit that you brought him in for a price rise. That's it. That's all I want to hear. And then once we hear that, we move on. Because your argument is that you didn't bring him in. You brought him in because it was to enable to get a better player in ahead of Saar, but you did it for a -4. Just admit, Jase, that you brought it in for a price rise, and then we can all move on with this. Because I agree with Edgeworth. I think everything he said is bang on the money.
Yeah, I thought you would.
Well, are we going to hear this admittance or?
I don't know what players are going up in price, mate. The algorithm isn't always reliable. All right, I just made transfers, like I said on the stream. If you watch the stream back,
it's just by pure coincidence.
If you go back on a player
that's doing very well at the moment.
If you go back on the stream, you will hear quite clearly that both of us talk about Trossard and we talk about Baldock. I say that Baldock's a good option to bring in for cash, frees up a little bit of money. Guess what? Don't need money in this game. We've got money for galore. Then the Trossard in option, I was thinking of doing. I can't remember now if it was Diaby, if it was Saar. I was actually trying to do Saar to Trossard, but I couldn't really make the money work, and that's where the Bowen. That's where when the Baldock in came from to get that money. But then I said, well, hang on, I could do these transfer. I could do this transfer. I could get Baldock in. I could bring in Trossard in for can't even remember his name now. I've literally just said his name. Diaby. And guess what I can also do? I can also do Palmer in for Saar. The Saar being obviously the bench fodder that will never get me any points. I can bring in Palmer.
Well, according to you, Cole Palmer's not going to get you any points for the next few games.
For the next few games, yeah. I don't think he's going to get any points for the next 3 games.
Sorry to butt in here, but your point about we have a lot of money. I disagree with that. I'm sitting here with nothing in the bank.
Well, that's bad management, then, isn't it? What's your team value?
103.8.
103.8. And have you got Haaland in your team?
Haaland, Salah, and Trippier. How
have you got 103.8? I've got 104.8, and I've not done anything this season. I've not even bothered.
I can't go to Brian and Bebu. I can't go.
Have you just held on to players for too long? Is that what your problem's been?
Nah, not really. I mean, the only person I've had in my team since game week 1 is Diaby.
I don't know, man. I don't know what we're talking about. Value for money right now. Like with 103.8 million, you should still have more than enough to make a very, very strong 11 with Haaland and with Salah in your team. From looking at my team here, I have to disagree. Hang on. You got Salah and Haaland, which make up how much? So you've got Haaland that's sitting
26.7.
26.7. And how much money have you got?
103.8. Well, I think once you remove all the players, it's 101.8.
So you got 77 million to spend over the remaining 13 players.
Yeah, I got Bell. I also got Bell, who's 3.9 mil. I got Palmer, who is this differential everyone's talking about.
So that's basically almost 6 million per player. But you're not going to have that. You're going to have 4.0, 4.5. So you're going to have literally some bench fodder. So you're probably looking at about 6.5. You can afford to have around 6.5 to 7 for the rest of your team. And you're not going to have that because your defenders are going to be cheaper than that.
Well, I got Trippier.
So you can have 8 million midfielders. So if you've got Haaland and Salah in your team, you can afford to have 8 million midfielders. You can afford to have Ollie Watkins and around that sort of 8 million, 8.5 million attack next to Haaland, and you can afford to have premium defenders in your team like 5 millions, and just have fodder on the bench. I don't understand why you're saying you can't have a strong 11 with Haaland and Salah in it.
Well, I put my team in the team screenshots. Some people would say that team is strong, but in my opinion, I still need to go to us. I need to go to Saliba, and then I probably need to go Diaby up to Brian.
So you've got Watkins, you've got Bowen, Diaby, Watkins, Son. So you got Son. So this is the thing, right? You've got Son. So yeah, okay, that's 9.5. Okay, so Palmer, Trippier. Oh yeah, it's Trippier, isn't it? 6.7.
This is what I'm saying. There isn't. If you want 3 premiums, counting Trippier as a premium, there isn't as much money going around.
Well, I'd argue we've got 4 premiums in that team. You've got Son, Haaland, Salah, and Trippier. But still doable. I mean, that money in Trippier, that money that's tied up in Trippier, yeah, we know he's a good player. That could easily spread out over that back line and upgrade, Tsimikas, Bell. You could upgrade to very good options there across your whole of your back line with that money that you free up. I mean, you could literally go up to 5 million on a few players there. But, I mean, your team's not bad. Your team's fine. Looking at that team now, it's a strong 11.
Yeah, it's a strong.
I don't understand what you were saying about you can't build a great
strong,
team.
But it isn't what I would want. I don't know. I want Saliba, and I don't know if it's greedy, and I also want Brian and Bebu, and I can't get the either.
Well, yeah, you can't have them all, can you? But the thing is, you're playing a 3-5-2. Is that right?
No, 3-4-3.
So who are you dropping to the bench? Diaby.
Yeah, either Bowen, Diaby, or Palmer.
Well, it ain't going to be Palmer, is it? Because you're number 1 fan. So are you dropping to the? Yeah, come on, back you into the corner. Are you dropping on the bench? This, Mister, I haven't got a strong team. You haven't got a strong team, but you're going to have to drop either Palmer, Diaby, Bowen onto the bench.
Yeah, but
that's a luxury, mate.
Yeah, but can we also remember Palmer's meant to be this? And you said
no, don't twist my words. Do not twist my words. I did not say he was shite. I said hold off. Wait to see more against the bigger team. Well, I'd say bigger teams. They've had some good games. They've just drew against Man City. Whoop-de-doo. Well done, Chelsea. No, they've got some tough games coming up. They've got away at Newcastle. They've got Brighton. They've got United away. He could do something in those games. I'm not saying he couldn't, but why risk bringing him in now? It doesn't matter if you have, because you've brought him in. You've had him in already. So that I'm not saying he's shite. Don't get him in. In fact, I am saying he's looking very good quality, very good value for money. But all I'm saying is you can afford to wait until game week 15. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying don't get him in. I'm saying you can afford to wait. You can afford to wait.
So if you're waiting until game week 15, imagine if he gets 2 returns in the next 3 games, like I think, and he goes up to what? He goes up to 5.4, 5.5.
But, okay, how much money have you got in the bank?
Nothing.
You've got nothing in the bank?
Nothing.
Right, okay. But do you think, I think the average FPL manager's got something in the bank. Like, I would say if you've got 0.2 in the bank, 0.3 in the bank, you can confidently not have to take a decision to bring him in now. But I don't know why we're having this conversation, because you're thinking that I'm saying is shit. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you can hold off. I don't think he's going to score more than 2 attacking returns over the next 3 games. Some people might say, well, I'm happy with that for 5.2 million midfielder. But for a lot of people, including myself and you, he doesn't just walk into that team without having to relegate someone else to the bench. So in this case, it's going to be Bowen, Diaby, or Palmer that goes onto the bench. So for someone that's thinking of getting him in now, it's not necessarily important to get him in now because you've got other players that can play and do well. But if you're worried about Bowen or you're worried about other players in your team, then yeah, whatever, you can get him in now.
I mean, so a lot of people, so in my Palmer spot, a lot of people like Steve-O have Douglas Luiz. I've seen some people have Huang. You know, them in my opinion, he's ahead of both of them players by a country mile. Like,
yeah, I think that again, I've not seen enough of him to get excited to the point where I'm like, oh my god, I've got to have him in my team. I've got to start him. He's in my team, but I'm not starting him. Like, not this week.
Yeah,
I might have no choice but to because of an injury, unfortunately, to Bowen. But my team as it stands, he is first sub. And does that make me right? No, it doesn't. Does it make you right? Well, you've done all right. You've got some points from him so far. So well done to you. However, does it mean that you've got to get him in now? I don't think so. I don't think he's must have for the next 2-3 weeks. I think you can wait. I think you can. And if you're worried about price rises and you play the game purely over price rises, then yeah, well, you've made your decision already. You've got to get him in because you've got to get the price rises. But if you can be patient and have got a good midfield already, hold off and wait.
I just,
or just make, don't do a -4 like I did.
I just think you have a luxury of benching him because you're not going to get affected by him, So you can bring him if you have a free transfer, you can bring him in and bench him because you ain't going to get affected by it.
If you have a free transfer burning a hole in your pocket and you've got absolutely nothing else to worry about in your team, then yeah, you can get him in to bench him, not a problem. That strengthens your team. It's potentially gets you value in your team. Absolutely agree with that. I completely agree with that. But I'm saying, looking to do a move for the sake of looking to do a move, you don't necessarily need to jump on it now. I said you can afford to wait. That's all I'm saying. You can afford to wait to go at 15. I think we're both understanding a bit more where we're coming from now. And yeah. I hope that you bench the right player this weekend. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But yeah. Steve-O, any final thoughts?
Can we just get the next caller on?
Yeah. See you guys.
I don't want to hear Palmer's name ever again.
See you on Sunday for Palmer Part 2.
Palmer Party.
See ya.
Right, you can do all the talking now. Fucking hell, I'm done with talking, man. Literally done with it.
It was like speaking to two people that are agreeing about a player that they both own. I don't understand.
Literally was going around in circles with the chat first and foremost. Then we got great Edgeworth on, and by the way, Edgeworth, thank you so much for coming on because,
thank you, yeah.
But it's quite clear that the bias of having him in your team already, you want him to do well. You want him to do well. Has he overscored? In my opinion, I feel he has. Are Chelsea at a point where I would be certainly considering starting a Chelsea player week in, week out, like you did with Sterling? No, they're not really for me. FPL must have quality at the moment. Chelsea is still very much a work in progress. I have yet to be fully convinced by Chelsea. Wait and see. I'm happy to be impressed by Chelsea. I'm happy to bring in and start and have Palmer starting, but I'm just not there yet. Let's get away from this stupid subject. Moving on. For Mike. For me FC. For me FC. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm from India.
Oh, hello from India. How's it going? You okay? What's your name?
My name is Follow Me.
Hello, for me. My name's Jason. Do you own Cole Palmer by any chance?
No, you can see my team. I posted on screen.
This is your first time on the show, right? It's your first time calling in. Is that right?
No. I joined your channel on 5 years back.
5 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa.
I have subscribed on you I have subscribed your channel with 5 accounts, 5 different names. Do you remember Pegasian, Tonesian,
Pegasian.
Pegasian?
Pegasian.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
Pegasian.
I,
I
I'm
was
Pegasian.
I was wondering where he went. I haven't seen Pegasian in the chat for bloody years.
Yeah, I'm Pegasian, your old mate.
So what have
With
you
new,
what have you changed the name now?
this is my. I'm to stick with my favorite name. That's why I gone with it. I have a YouTube channel. That's why I'm currently running.
Oh, so you've changed. Okay. So, oh my God, Pegasian, you were literally with us at the beginning. You were like one of the first.
Yeah.
Like you were with us when we were like sub 100 subscribers, dude.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
way before the Discord days, man.
Buna, FPL, Buna, I remember. Llama, I remember.
Yeah.
Notorious.
Wow, dude. Wow, it's a blast from the past. And did you?
Yes.
God. Well, so you've been? Have you just come back, or have you been watching the show? Just not saying.
Yeah, I decided to play FPL with full focus in this season. That's why I
Okay.
come back. Yeah. Last 5 years I played when I am bad GAMEWEEK, I didn't used to play. I leave it, let it be. I don't care. Yeah.
Just don't get
leave
stressed
it like
about
that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you say you're doing a YouTube now?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel.
You got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, for me FC. This is the current channel name.
For me FC. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your YouTube channel doing? What sort of content are you putting on there? Is it FPL?
Oh yeah. No. It is. I'll post. I'll do a FPL content next year. Not this season. I'm not. Currently focusing this channel on FC Mobile. I play FC Mobile content.
FC Mobile.
Yeah. I play FC Mobile game on phone.
Is that a manager game or is it a football game? Like, is it actually?
Football.
Is it actually
FIFA Mobile.
Oh, is it
FIFA
FIFA?
Mobile.
Oh, okay. It's like a FIFA game. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, learn something every day. Pegasian, man, it's been an absolute honor to have you back on with us. Like literally,
my pleasure.
I remember you literally from like the beginning, dude. I remember you were there. You were there supporting us at the beginning. So, dude, I'm I'm honored to have you come on and say hello, man. Thank you so much. Your team.
First, I joined your stream when I was age 20. Now I'm 25. 25, 26.
Well, we don't age, do we, Steve-O? So we're still 24. But yes, your team. A few people in the chat have already commented on it.
Yeah.
Very strong team there. You got. It's very good. Arch is an interesting one.
Yeah, this week I'm thinking to play Archer.
So
because Adingra has this Nottingham Forest has best goalkeeper now, Blocadimos. Yeah, he's currently one of the best goalkeepers in Benfica last year. That's why I'm not sure I'll play Adingra.
Well, I think I'm going to let Steve-O do the talking here because this team looks great to me. But Steve-O, feel free to take over talking because my voice is down.
I have two free transfers. What to do?
You have 2 free transfers. You know, okay. Steve-O, what does he do with 2 free transfers?
Well, are there any major problems with this team? I mean, I would argue Poro at a push, Turner and Areola at a push, Cash at a push. You know, these are individual. I mean, specifically the goalkeepers in Areola and Turner. Turner's never going to play again. Areola concedes every other minute. Matty Cash, his fixtures upcoming are absolutely shocking. They're not going to be keeping any clean sheets in that, and I think he's playing up against teams where I don't see him getting any attacking returns whatsoever. So really, it's going to be down to are you able to get rid of
Edgeworth
in this specific case a goalkeeper? And personally, as I said on the video that went publicly yesterday, you're going to be looking at the likes of potentially Neto from Bournemouth, potentially. You then have the likes of, ironically, Forest's goalkeeper, their new one, whatever his bloody name is, Raya, potentially for Arsenal if you wanted to double up on them if you've got the money. You then have who else was it? Maybe Johnston at a push of Crystal Palace, but only mainly for the Luton and Bournemouth games specifically. Nick Pope potentially, but again too expensive for a punt on the. I don't think he's going to be getting many clean sheets over the next 4. And then, of course, you have Wolves' Sarr. Wolves' Sarr has got some really good fixtures: Fulham, Burnley, and Nottingham Forest.
Okay, can I speak? Can I speak?
Yep, go for it. Yep.
Yeah, I have currently 0.9 in the bank. Okay, don't laugh. I'm thinking to take only one transfer. I'll carry one transfer next game week. Okay, I'll do Son to Saka. I don't care about adding the cash. I'll keep them. I'll keep them in the bench because I don't have my wild card. I played it before because they will be needed. Yeah, cash have Sheffield United at home. Cash has Sheffield United at home in game week 18 because it will be very hard to get. I don't want to do -4 very much. That's why because I'm thinking to carry one transfer and only one transfer. I'll take only one transfer from game week 13 to 18. I decided. I have done my plan. I use FPLplan.com. It is a FPL planner based because right now I'm using it. APL Harry, you don't know APL Harry? He suggested me this planfpl.com, and I built my team for the next game. Is what I can see what they will be at the moment. Yeah, I think that's my plan.
I don't remember saying anything about taking a -4. I just said about bringing in a goalkeeper.
No, I think goalkeeper transfer is not that much worth it. Now Premier League has increased 105 minutes approx. It is very hard to every goalkeeper. It is very hard to keep a clean sheet right now at the moment.
But what I'm saying is that you want to be bringing in players, goalkeepers, which are going to get you some save points, and West Ham and specifically West Ham.
Sorry guys, I'll be back in a moment.
What?
He's never going to get. He's doing nothing, Areola. So I'd be more tempted to be bringing in another goalkeeper who has got a very good chance of not only getting save points, but has got a decent chance of potentially getting a clean sheet. But based on what you've just said about the lack of clean sheets, which I agree with, you're going to be wanting those goalkeepers that can get the save points, and the likes of Wolves' Sarr is a perfect example of that, or even Bournemouth's Neto
It's very early. It's very early. I don't have much data. I'm not focused on goalkeepers, on defenders right now at the moment. I'm focused on attackers because they have the upside of giving very big hauls, like 10 plus point. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with your attacking
front
midfield four, though. Maybe Archer, but the midfield four.
Still, I don't think Son is worth keeping it because Bissouma is suspended. They don't have any best defenders at the moment. They will be for next game. Madison is injured. I don't think that Son will get much chances to score. There are rather side Saka will be back much fit right now after England call up, and Odegaard is back. Odegaard is back in training. I recently saw it in FPL midstream. Odegaard is back, grabs his feet and ready to play. He's in Brazil squad training. I recently saw it. That's why I'm thinking to get Son out. Yeah, I wouldn't
be doing it this week.
I can do it.
I wouldn't be doing that this week.
No, I'll do.
And Tottenham have got a home game against Aston Villa.
Tottenham without Madison is. I don't think I don't trust them to score one or two goals more than 1 goal.
Well, no, I'm not expecting it to be a particularly high-scoring game myself, but I'm not really expecting Arsenal to be in a high-scoring game either. I just think it'd be just a wasted transfer. I think the fact that you got 2 transfers, and you're going to be only using one this week, I'd be just bringing in the goalkeeper because your goalkeepers are shit.
Let it be. I don't care. I'm currently also the offside. I've taken only 2 hits this season. That was my mistake. I brought in Jackson in game week 6 I removed Alvarez in game week 6. I brought in Jackson because many transfers are going on. That's my biggest regret of this season. For removing Alvarez to get Jackson. That was my mistake. Yeah. Now I'm regret that I have to focus. And now I don't want to take many. I have to keep faith on my gut. Listen to FPL content, but keep faith on my gut and go with the plan. I have a plan at the moment. I am going to focus on that. After game week 18, I'll see what I can change. Yeah.
Well, again, if you've got a plan, you do whatever you need to do. But I'm just saying that if you've got 2 free transfers, getting rid of one of your goalkeepers is probably priority.
I appreciate your concern. Yeah. Next, Son to Saka this game week, and next game week I have money 1.8 in the bank. I'll do Odinga to Luton fixed. Odinga to Mbeumo. Yeah. Next game week I'll do Odinga to Mbeumo. This week Son to Saka. Next week Odinga to Mbeumo. Yeah. That's my plan.
Well, I just think that Saka and Son are just about they're just going to get equal points this week. I think they're just going to both score, give or take, the same points. And I just think that there's more of an upside of you getting rid of Areola, who will concede against Burnley. We will score against them. Turner ain't going to play. Whereas Wolves' goalkeeper, Sarr, has got a very, very good chance of potentially keeping a clean sheet against Fulham if you wanted to bring in Sarr, or if you were to bring in Bournemouth's goalkeeper, for argument's sake. There's a chance that he'll keep a clean sheet.
I'll keep an eye on that. I'll read my statistics. I'll keep on data analytics. Let's see what I can do. It's only my thinking process. Yeah, I'll see it until the deadline confirm what I'll do with my 2 free transfers. Yeah.
You don't even really think till the deadline, do you? Because really, the information that we've got now is pretty much all we need to. The information that we know now is going to be exactly the same once it comes to the deadline. There's going to be no new information that comes out on the deadline. What information are you going to expect to get out on the deadline?
Bowen news.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Bowen
news. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with Bowen. It's just an international injury. That's it.
Yeah.
If you want to bring in Saka for Son, crack on. I'm not saying it's a bad new move. I just think for this week you can hold off, but you could certainly upgrade one of your goalkeepers.
Son next 3 pitchers are Aston Villa, Man City, West Ham. Okay, and Saka's next pitchers are Brentford, Wolves, and Luton.
Yeah, but you could get rid of You could get rid of Son in game week 14 when he's got Man City, and then bring in Saka for the Wolves game.
Why are we talking about getting rid of Son?
Because Son
this gentleman here is wanting to bring in Saka for Son to
get early to save my transfer to get him early. That's right.
Let me just ask a question. Are you feel like because you've got the 2 transfers, it's forcing you to decide a transfer right now because you got those 2 transfers?
No, I'm planning ahead of this game week again. Next game week after 3 games, what will be my current draft? Yeah, I'm noticing on Plan FPL. I'm following that. Yeah.
So Son out because obviously tough, and he's got what?
Aston Villa, Man City, West Ham.
Yeah.
And Saka's next 3 are Brentford, Wolves, and Luton. They are leaky.
Yeah, I mean, I can see Arsenal. I can see the appeal of Arsenal. To be fair, yeah.
Against Brentford.
What?
Brentford don't have right backs.
I don't see a problem with Brentford away. To be honest, I look at this.
A team that keep it tight at home and don't lose against London teams, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
To
It's just a transfer too early. There's no threat of
cover my future transfer. To cover my future transfer. That will be. I'm getting plan of bringing in James so James and Palmer ahead.
They did lose to Everton 3-1 a few weeks back, though, Steve. But I do get what you're saying. I'm looking back at the results.
Everton a London team.
All right, does it matter if they're from London?
Well, it does for Brentford because they haven't lost a single London derby.
And but over what sample size are you using? How many seasons?
The Premier League.
How many seasons?
How long have Brentford been in the Premier League? 2 seasons, 3 seasons?
That's not 2, I think.
I'm not suggesting for 1 minute Brentford are going to potentially. Not suggesting for 1 minute Arsenal are going to lose against Brentford, but I'm just making the point that Brentford against Arsenal and Tottenham versus Aston Villa are about as equal as they get.
I think if 2 transfers in this team, I would be getting maybe a Dingra out.
Okay.
I wouldn't be doing anything with this team full stop other than the goalkeepers.
He's got 2 transfers, so he's going to lose a transfer. I guess that's what he's getting at. He wants to just make some plans for the future.
Do it on the players that are desperate to get out, and in this specific case with this team, it is the goalkeepers.
Why is he desperate to get them out?
Well, if you've got 2 free transfers and you don't need
you
to
say they're
change
shit.
any
The same as mine. He's saying that my goalies are shit.
Yes, I am saying
Ariola
they're
and
shit.
Turner as well. Ariola's fine.
If you've got a player like, for argument's sake, Sarr, Neto, Johnston, there's a good chance that they'll get the save points. The likes of Ariola of recent times, they haven't been doing it.
Right. Okay.
Because we're not.
Like literally, you talk about a long-term plan, long-term goal, and sort your team out for the long term. Then yes, if you are going to do a transfer,
I don't have my wild card. That's why I'm.
No. So a goalkeeper move ticks that box, doesn't it? A goalkeeper move would tick that box. It would sort you out long term. Okay. I forgot. Did you got money in the bank or no?
0.9 in the bank.
So you could definitely do a goalkeeper move. And then you can do a Dingra. We talk about like value. Yeah, Bremo. Palmer is another one that we talked about in great detail earlier on in the show. Yes, Palmer.
Rhys James, I'm considering to bring in sometimes.
I won't be
again. This is all future. We're talking about game week 13 here.
Yeah, I think that you don't have to do more than just the one move, and just roll the other transfer.
Yeah. I'll do only one move. I'll do one move.
No, do you know what? If you said to me, I'm going to do Son to Saka, I wouldn't say it's a bad decision. Maybe I agree with Steve-O. It's a week too early. You could probably hold on a week. I agree with Steve-O in the sense that if you have a transfer you just want to get rid of because you don't want to lose the opportunity, then just switch out Ariola to Johnston. Just get on, just upgrade your goalkeeper and then move and do the Son to Saka next week.
Okay.
That's potentially what I would do in your place. And then because Son Saka next week, it makes sense. You can then look at a Dingra to Palmer or to Bremo as well, depending on results, performances, etc. There may be another option that emerges for you, but I just think just give yourself a nice upgrade in that goalkeeper department. Sets you up nicely for the winter run into the Christmas fixtures.
Yeah.
I hope we've helped you slightly make a sense of.
Yeah, it's really nice to come back after 5 years on the Discord channel.
See you in 5 years' time.
No. I'll be active on Discord.
Cheers, man. Make sure to tell everyone you know about us.
Yeah.
Cheers, dude.
Cheers. Take care, man.
Thank you. Peg Asian, everybody. For Me FC. Check him out on YouTube.
So just to clarify, the last two callers, we had an individual talking about how he can't get Palmer in despite the fact they had Palmer in the team. And then we've just had an individual come on who is disagreeing with everything I've said to then agree with you, who've just repeated everything I said. Brilliant. Brian, can we, with the final caller, Brian, are we able to get back to some normality here? Fucking hell. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm getting pissed off now.
You think you are kidding?
Brian, are you there? Because you're the final caller. If not,
is anyone still watching this?
I am still here. Yeah, no, I was just getting into the Dad's Army thing. That's all.
Oh, you knew the reference then?
Oh yeah, that was big in Ireland. Remember back in the day?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing! I used to love watching Dad's Army. Like Dad's Army was brilliant.
It was one of those things when you were a kid in Ireland, you didn't really get the joke because you were just like, oh, these stuffy English bastards with their war crap. And it's all old people, and old people aren't funny when you're a kid. But when you watch it now,
it means a whole different thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, now you get all the jokes and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but back then it was like, oh no, not this one, Dad. Please, come on, turn that off. But
mate, I think a lot of that humour's lost now in the generations that we live in now. I think a lot of that style of humour, and also don't forget, you got to be careful. You've got to be very careful these days what you make fun of and what you say.
I was just going to say it, man. Look what they're doing to Netflix and the iPlayers. Like they're going through taking
and YouTube.
Out
and YouTube. If we say the wrong thing on here, they will get rid of us, or we already think we are shadow banned because of the language that we put out onto the interwebs. Well, I say we, it's mainly Steve, of course, but if we say a few things that aren't right or politically correct, then they'll happily ban us off this platform. Not that we are controversial in any way, shape, or form, but I do feel like some of the old humour is definitely lost on the newer generations because we play it safe. Everyone plays it safe these days to make sure that we stay within an acceptable limit. And some people would say, yes, that's the way it should be because we should be mindful. Other people would say, no, because it's a joke and we should all learn to be able to take a joke. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, what culture you are, humour is human. Humour should always be free. And then you've got the people that are in the middle. So, again, common sense hopefully should always prevail.
The thing is, we learn through struggle. That's a fact. We learn through struggle, but because the struggle is being taken away from all of us, people don't know how to deal with struggle. So they just put up a brick wall and they go, don't have to watch this anymore. Get it gone. You know, when you're seeing adverts which are advertising, quote, and I quote this, perfect. No. It's
very funny, Martin.
Ridiculous.
I hear you're a racist now, Father. You seen that, Father Ted? See, Father Ted. I love Father Ted. I think Father Ted was brilliant. See, again, but that was another thing. Like you just mentioned, like you literally just mentioned, Brian. Father Ted. When I was a kid and I watched Father Ted, I didn't quite get it. But when I grew up as a young adult and I watched Father Ted, I was laughing my head off.
About getting banned. Graham Linehan is about as banned as it gets now. The guy wrote Father Ted. He wrote the IT Crowd.
The IT Crowd.
Some of the best comedy on British TV in the last 20 years.
Yeah, like Douglas Renham, that character and the way he would act, you know, in the office environment completely would be banned this day and age. Absolutely would not even see the light of day. But yeah, it's humor. It's fun. It's funny to play.
Yeah, comedy should be like you said it earlier. That's the point you were making. Should we, you know, as long as something is genuine comedy, the way I always look at it is, you can get up and walk out. You know, like,
Oh yeah,
you
absolutely.
know, if it's comedy, but if someone walks up to you in the street and, you know, racially abuses you, that's a completely different end of the spectrum. But
Yeah,
it
I think that's absolutely a
but
completely
being,
different
the
thing
thing what you're
entirely.
talking about as well is being offended on other people's behalf is what's crept in a lot. Is what I think is the problem in terms of what you're talking about shadow banning and people. It's just, you know, ask the I don't
Well,
know. Sometimes
I think a
people
lot of it. I think a lot of it is down to certainly like the big platforms like YouTube and Facebook, Facebook and many others. They would rather shadow ban you early, and as soon as you toe a line and get close to maybe what's unacceptable, they rather shadow ban you early than to try and then have risk you crossing any lines later on and causing a problem. So they kind of the threshold is probably a lot lower than what it needs to be to get yourself in a spot of bother. But again, it's society's changed. Some people would
Steve-O
say,
mentioned it a lot. Steve-O says it all the time. YouTube is for kids now. Like
yeah,
you guys, it's just like, to me, this is what YouTube was like about maybe around 2018 when you could speak like this, you could speak more naturally. You didn't have to say to people, oh, look, it's X time, don't swear. You know, if you cared about that stuff, if you don't know, it's just, you know, back then it was just you could chat away and you could talk and you say, fuck this, fuck that, and you didn't have to worry about it.
well, the thing
Now
is, like, how many times you watch a YouTube channel, and I think you're going to agree with me, you watch a YouTube channel, whether it be FPL, whether it be wrestling, or whether it be, I don't know, a sitcom, podcast, or a lot of channels now have to, like, not dumb it down, and not dumb it down. That's not fair. Be PG and be like, it's almost like you're being spoken to by someone that's not patronizing you, but they are the audience. Like, I think, like Steve-O says, treating you like a kid almost, because like, hi guys, how you doing? My name's Jason, and I'm an FPL manager, and I've been playing FPL now for 5 years, and let me tell you, this game is so exciting. Literally every single week, you can do a minimum of 1 transfer. Sometimes, if you need to do more than 1 transfer, you can take 2 or 3 and take a hit. And it's really fun and exciting because it can pay off. And I tell you now, there's nothing better than having a great weekend with your family ruined because they didn't come through and they literally want to just cool up in bed and cry. But it's all great because the world is great. It's a fucking amazing lullaby of rainbows and unicorns and goldy flower shit that no one gives a fuck about. But yeah, you kind of get the idea, right?
Can someone
And
clip
have you
that,
heard
please?
about my members channel? Have you heard about the stuff you can buy off me?
The what?
By the way.
The what?
Have you heard about, and then they'll just, oh, and by the way, if you want to do this, you can do it for 10 quid
Well,
a month.
unfortunately, it's all about monetization at the end of the day. And when people,
don't forget to hit the subscribe button and
Well,
become a
yeah,
member and join my Patreon because you guys are great.
I remember when it was 2014, I always reference it, when Instagram decided to monetize and the fitness world just literally went out of control. And yeah, there were some people that did very well off it, but a lot of them failed absolutely miserably. And they sold their souls for absolutely nothing. And they're a complete wreck these days. And you fast forward 10 years to the world of YouTube, and you've got people desperately wanting you to rewatch their videos, or I'm not allowed to do this anymore because YouTube won't pay me £4. It's just, I just find it embarrassing.
That performance was worth a donation. Edgeworth has literally just donated $1.99. Thank you so much. Edgeworth goes into the Oblivion pot. Let's celebrate the first super chat on live. Well done, Edgeworth. Well done there. I'm just getting a notification. Guys, I mean, literally, we've said it, we've seen it, we've lived it. The change in content has gone progressively more childish. Like I thought about this the other day when you mentioned
Child
it.
friendly.
That's child friendly, yeah, okay. But like, it's, if you watch anything, well, like a video game streamer now, like there's some video game streamers that I've followed for quite a few years. They're all on the same train now. They're almost like want to be in with the kids, right? And they're talking with the kids. It's like they're like 30, 40 years old. I'm like, hang on a minute, what's going on? And it's like, it's because the audience is the younger people. And that's the majority of people out there that's earning the ad revenue and the you know, because it, and I guess it's part of the algorithm as well, isn't it? The algorithm supports that style of presentation. We're screwed, Steve-O. We're screwed. Yeah, if it wasn't for the likes of Brian and Pegasian and all the people in the chat, Edgeworth and all the OGs that are here, they've stuck with us. Like, we're not exactly promotable content, are we? Let's be honest. We're not. We're not at all.
Well, I only found you guys like about 6 months ago because like I've been playing FPL since around 2012, but I didn't get too involved in any of the YouTube stuff around it or anything like that until maybe about a year ago. Like, I always watched your man, the original guy, FPL Tips, that guy, because there were just these little 3-minute things. Now, this was before all the stuff was available.
FPL Tips is brilliant.
Yeah, before all the info was available, you could throw it on for 5 minutes and he'd say one or two little things. You go, oh, right, didn't know that. I'll bear that in mind. And then you just go out and play your gut game and do your own thing. Mm-hmm. And now it's like FPL Focal. I remember watching him when he started. It was like, yeah, this guy's good. He's a nice guy. And then all of a sudden, there's just this avalanche of channels. When you come back to, and it's when all the AI, you know, these tools now, FPL, team builders, and all these things. Like, I just noticed in the last maybe 18 months, definitely last season and this season, it's just, there's 10, 12 guys that are all basically copying each other.
Well, the thing is, it's gonna go one or two ways, isn't it? And this, I've seen it time and time again. We've been doing this for 5 years now. Myself, Steve-O, and originally Dan with us, and we've seen channels emerge. We've seen channels become successful. We've seen channels burn out. We've seen channels sell their soul for clicks and for likes. And quite notably, you can see the people that are so driven by acceptance, by, you know, almost affirming they judge their own ability and their own performance purely on the metrics. They don't necessarily go in with a game plan as sorts. They kind of just go where the wind blows them and borrow from other channels. And those are the channels that will burn out, and those are the channels that will crash and burn because they've set up with these false, not false pretenses, that's not the right word, but these kind of expectations that they have in their mind that it's actually going to take a lot of work. And like the small percentage of channels will get noticed because they get blown up in the algorithm, or they get spotlighted because they've worked with another YouTuber, which has helped them kind of grow. Now, that is literally the small percentage of channels. Like, the majority of channels that start up, they don't have the gas, or they don't have the runway. They don't want to work at it. They want instant success. They want this. They want now. I want it. I'm the Amazon customer. I want it next day. That sort of attitude, and that's the world we live in now. And rightfully so, these channels should die because they're not doing it from the passion point of view. They're doing it because they've seen someone else do it. They're jealous, and they want to be that person, and they expect it to happen overnight.
Can I ask you guys a question? Because you do this for, like, I've done a lot of stuff with you. I've never run my own YouTube channel, but I do a lot of work on one now, and I used to do work on one before. But they were Liverpool stuff. One of them blew up massively. They're like nearly 400k now, and one of them is only 2k. And I do the 2k channel. But what I was looking, because we all know maybe this year goes down as like, like I had an awful, like I got into 360k 2 weeks ago by doing nothing. And I was with everyone else. I was at 2 million, 2.5 million after GAMEWEEK 8, GAMEWEEK 9. Everyone thought this was like an awful season for 10 weeks for everyone. But you had the likes of Raptor, who were 2.5 million, and they still had 8,000-9,000 people on his live streams. You know, did it get to a point? Are there a couple of channels that have gotten to a point at this stage where it doesn't matter what rank they are? Almost like a Man United thing. It doesn't matter what position in the league they're in. Where like Raptor could be 8 million in the world, and he'd still have like. Are there a couple of channels that have actually gone to that stage now where it doesn't matter? Like it doesn't matter what their rank is. You're saying that about the
we don't,
as long as they connect.
We don't answer the question when people ask us what our rank is because we think it's completely fucking irrelevant.
But to be fair, these people are very intelligent and very good at what they do.
Whereas we're not.
There's nothing about the bush here. Whatever you may think of these channels and whatnot, that they are very, very intelligent and clever people, and people go to their streams or whatever because of the knowledge that they're presenting to their audience. I mean, I'm not going to show it, but there was an individual over the it was 2 or 3 months ago now that was literally doing a gimmick for his channel. He was bringing on very, very large content creators, and guess what? It was working for him. Well done to him. He was getting lots of subscribers, lots of views. How many videos has he done since? Nothing. Because this individual clearly couldn't keep up with the gimmick that he was providing, which in all the comments it was saying, oh, this is amazing, you should do it with this guy, you should do it with that guy, oh, this person will be amazing, you should do this, you should do that. Hasn't done anything since. And you can tell why, because they were just chasing the views and the subscribers, which well done, congratulations to you, but you've sold your soul by doing something which started as a bit of evidently it started out as a joke, and then people loved it so much that, oh, my stuff about fantasy football isn't getting the attention, but the gimmick stuff is. But I want people to know me for my FPL stuff. It goes back to Andy Millman in Extras. It's why Extras is such a prominent or a poignant TV show, because it's about a man who wants the integrity and respect of his peers, but actually he wants to be, he doesn't know whether he wants that or he wants to be popular for the sake of being popular. And like Jason said, unfortunately there are a lot of channels which they want both. And like Greg says to Andy Millman, his agent says to Andy Millman, well, we've got one problem here. There's only a few people that are like this, and you're not one of them. So what do you want? And then he just says, I just want to be popular for the sake of being popular. He's just sold his soul. And I've completely lost track of what we were talking about, Jason.
Yeah, I think we kind of get the idea. But ultimately, Brian, we've got you here with us. What do you have to say?
About Andy Millman?
No, about your team.
Yeah, no, my team. Yeah, I can't see. Yeah, if you want to throw it up and rip it apart.
What do you want to ask us?
Yeah.
Well, I'm in the same position as the last guy, actually, because I've got 2 free transfers.
Okay.
I've got 1.7 in the bank. I know I will need to change defenders and, like Steve-O was saying, the goalkeeper thing, but I can't see an obvious defender to go to this week. I want an Arsenal one, but that I think could wait till next week. Yeah. So what I was just my kind of loose plan in my head was in the Diaby next week or the week after, probably next week, we'll go to Mbeumo. So Adringa and Alvarez out for a short-term-ish punt on Eze and Solanke, because I don't have a wild card either, so kind of trying to get ahead of getting the City guys out, not having 2 for the double game week, bring in Solanke or Awanyi maybe, bring in Eze for Adringa, even though I got the 9 points off Adringa, brought him in a couple of weeks ago, worked out as a nice little punt for me. Reluctant to sell him, but I think it's probably the right time. Yeah, the Solanke thing, I don't know. Yeah, am I kind of like what Steve was saying? No, be sensible, get your goalkeeper sorted, get your this sorted. But I agree, I don't see an obvious goalkeeper out there. But what do you think? Basically, my question would be, what would you think on the Adringa and Alvarez to Eze and Solanke as a 3.5, 3.6% owned?
I don't like it.
Don't like it, no?
I don't. Steve-O?
I personally think that you should just do the one move, which is just a dinger out for Eze, and that's it done.
And roll, keep the second free transfer.
It's like with Pagasian just a minute ago. You don't need to be overthinking this. It's get rid of the not necessarily emergency players, but in your team here, when I look at it, the problem players are the two goalkeepers here. We get that Matty Cash moving forward, Doggy as well. He's going to be a problem because their fixtures are just getting really, really bad, and they're not going to keep any clean sheets. Alvarez is a tiny problem. He's the same for me, but he's not an emergency. Diaby again. Don't think he's an emergency, but he's a problem. So what's that? 1 in Areola, 2 in Cash, 3 in Turner, 4 in Adingra. And to be completely honest with you, I think that the Adingra move to Eze for Luton away, I personally think just do it. Bringing in Solanke for Sheffield United away, forget it. Forget it.
What about a 1 year at home to Brighton?
1 year at home to Brighton. How much is he? 6.3?
4, I think 6.4. I think, and they have good fixtures until I can up. You see, the plan will say because in a couple of weeks I'd be selling Son, and that would allow me to upgrade a 1 year to a.
I'll tell you what, a 1 year sounds more appealing. In fact, it is more appealing than Solanke.
Yeah, I was on the fence. It was a 50-50 between the two of them. Plus, I just have it in the back of my head that Alvarez will be blanking in 18, so you'll have to kind of leave. I have no wild card, and I'll be bringing in Mbeumo, so that will leave me with Mbeumo and Haaland, who will be blanking. So I will want to get rid of that City asset at some point. So maybe bringing in 1 year now. Because I know Alvarez is good, but the City fixtures aren't amazing. Then they blank. You hear what I'm saying? You know, because I know it is. Is he spending 2 free transfers because he has them?
Apparently, according to Shagar here, a 1 year is apparently injured. Again, I'd probably I'd be waiting on news on that.
Yeah, I don't think he is. I don't. But anyway, it would be waiting till Friday, and even Alvarez could be coming back, and it's an early kickoff for City, so we might get news.
Yes,
I don't know about Alvarez getting Alvarez out necessarily, but again, are we just making moves for the sake of making moves at the moment? I don't know. Like some of it's the same.
I don't want to burn one. I'm definitely not burning.
No. Yeah, I see. You don't want to lose it. Yeah, I get it. Again, can it just not be the goalkeeper you sort out?
Yeah. Worst case scenario, I'll carry it.
Sort your goalkeeper out for the next 6-7 weeks.
I just have 2 for next week. Yeah, but then the thing is, what keeper is calling out to anybody?
I think Johnston, like Steve-O mentioned, is.
Well, I wouldn't be going Johnston myself.
Who did you say? I thought you said Johnston.
But no. Well, he for the next 2 or 3.
And
I would say Alisson of Liverpool has got some really good fixtures. And to be fair,
because you got no Liverpool defenders in that team. To be fair, that would make sense.
Save points versus Man City. You've then got I keep saying the same name, Bournemouth Neto.
Steve, he's expensive, man. What is that?
Well, again, this is a goalkeeper who's doing extremely well this year. He's getting the save points, and if you're looking at cheap ones, I mean, I know Wolves' goalkeeper is 5.1. I don't see a problem with it per se, but if you're looking at cheap, it would be either Crystal Palace or Bournemouth.
Yeah, and I already have Anderson. Worried about that fixture swing, so I couldn't double up on Palace defense.
Well, then it would be down to then. Personally, I'd be looking at Neto and or
I'd be looking at Raya.
but he can't play tomorrow, can he? Or
Yeah, no,
Saturday,
but I
whatever.
mean that if I was looking at a keeper, that's the thing. I would probably be looking at him, which would kind of bar it from happening this weekend.
Yeah. I agree with you. I would, because
Yeah.
I'm for Sky. I'm looking at bringing in Raya, for game week 14ish roughly. So certainly he is a good option. Even Brentford's Flecken, Luton, Brighton, Sheffield United. But then you've got a blank, hasn't he, in game week 18? But you know, if you've got decent cover, which you
and
haven't.
I have Palmer, which I don't. Yeah.
Yes.
There we go.
This is the issue. So, I mean, ironically, even you could just do a side move of Turner out for their new goalkeeper.
Yeah, Lacademous and Pliers. Yeah.
And have that done.
I'm hoping to get that one. Yeah, but you don't think I'm going to need Alvarez out at some point? Are you?
Well, I think your two moves of Adringa and Alvarez out for Awoniyi and Eze is brilliant, personally.
Listen, I hate to be a party people, but it's getting on, and I told my wife that I'll be back just after 10 to watch with her because she's been working all day. I've not seen her the whole day. I took the little one to dance, and literally this. So I'm running out of time.
I appreciate it. You let me come on and talk for so long. So
no. It's unfortunately it's the end. It's kind of that time of the evening where I need to get off. But it's been great to have you come on and chat with us, Brian, and I really do appreciate it. And I see Odin's in the waiting room. And Odin, if you are listening in. Just basically, I don't know where time has gone. We've been on air for 2 hours 20 minutes, and it's just flown by. I don't get it, but I do need to get off because my wife's waiting. So we're gonna probably watch one episode and then she'll go straight to sleep, and then I'll go back down and do some work. But thank you for coming on again. And yeah, goalkeeping options. I mean, we can go on for ages about those, but yeah, I hope you've enjoyed being on, and
brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Thanks, guys.
Cheers, Brian. Thank you. Again, Odin, come on, maybe Thursday. I don't know, Thursday. We're doing a stream Thursday or Friday. I don't know, Friday maybe, to talk about the game week preview.
Yes.
Right. I need to get off. God, I literally just caught. I feel like I've been caught in a time bubble or something. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't know where the time's gone. Right, guys, everyone, thank you so much for being here, tuning in. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new around these parts. Steve-O, got any final thoughts?
No, thanks to the guys that came on, and yeah, see you Friday, I guess.
Yeah, this is mental. See you Friday. Take care. Bye.